What's up YouTube? My name is Eduardo, and since my last two reviews were video game characters, we're gonna keep the train rolling and do the SH Figuarts 2B. So she cost me $73, so that is another pricey SH Figuarts just like the Chun-Li, but let's see if she's better than Chun-Li. Alright. Something that I think is kind of interesting, the box has these holes in it. You see right there? Why is there holes in it? That just makes it so dust can get it. I haven't opened this thing, but look. There's dust right here. Dust in the package, so people that are inbox collectors might get annoyed by that because now there's just going to be dust on the box that they can't get rid of unless they open the package. Okay, so now that she's free from her packaging, she looks really good, I think. She's not as lanky as I was expecting, but I like how her heels turned out here. But no, I think she's based off the anime, the Netflix anime, and she looks a little bit like stockier, or maybe chibi-fied, maybe is the right word. I'm not sure, but yeah, in the game she looks longer, lankier, and here it's a shorter, more cute appearance. But I am fine with that. It turned out pretty good. I like how she looks. She's got some nice patterns on her dress there, and that ribbon thing, it's like it can turn or swivel. Also, the dress is made of like a softer plastic, so you can easily lift it up. There you can see her butt and her leotard thing. So yeah, aesthetically I would say she looks pretty good. So let's measure her, see how tall she is. And it looks like she's under 6 inches, maybe 5.8 inches probably. Slightly under 6 inches. Okay. Now that that's out of the way, let's do some size comparisons to see how she measures up against other action figure lines. Here's a Marvel Legends Spider-Man, a Jack-specific Mario movie Mario, Star Scream, the SH Figuarts Chun-Li, she's taller than her I think. Here's the Figma Farah from Overwatch, and She-Hulk. I had to bend her down slightly so her head wouldn't be off camera. Alright, so as you can see here, she does come with a few accessories, so let's talk about them. And we'll start with the faces. So to swap out the face, you just gotta pull out her front hairpiece there, and then you can pull out her faceplate and put in a brand new one. And she comes with 4 swappable faces. Now besides this default bandage or blindfold face, you also get another blindfolded face, but now her mouth is open, so I guess she's shouting here. And for this unmasked face, I changed the lighting so you can really see how pretty they made her eyes. They put a lot of detail on them, just like in the anime when she took off her blindfold, and it was a moment where you got to appreciate how much detail they put into her eyes there. She's a robot though, so I wonder if she does her own makeup or her eyes were just built that way. Here's another unmasked face, but now her eyes are closed. I don't know if she's sleeping or she's just taking a really long time to blink maybe. But looks pretty good. Probably won't be using it though, but that's just me. And the last face is another shouting expression, but this one she has her eyes open. So this is probably my second favorite face, and I might use this one, I don't know. Now for the hands, she comes with a few extra hands. These ones are I think they're the grabby hands for holding the sword, I can't really tell. These open palm hands, these are my favorite hands. And closed fist hands, or maybe these are the grabby hands, I can't really tell from this angle because she has a really small grip. You get one karate chop hand, or a salute hand, or a straight out just hand thing, whatever you want to call it. And swapping the hands is very easy, you just gotta pull it out. Careful not to break it because, as usual, these things have tiny pegs, and you plug in the new one. So now let's talk about the only melee weapon she comes with, and that's the sword. Sword. It's a pretty cool looking sword. It's got nice details and paint. It's got like metallic paint on the silver. The little satchel thing on the end is it's a stuck piece, you can't move it, so that's kind of lame, but otherwise it's a pretty good sword. The tip is kind of sharp, so don't try stabbing someone with it. You'll probably break it though, so maybe it's not that sharp actually. That piece in the end there is a soft plastic, but if you move it, it just bends back into place, so I probably wouldn't move it because it might tear off. And you also get this pod guy. He looks really good. His silver looks metallic, and he's somewhat posable. You can turn his arms. They're on like swivels or something. I'm kind of afraid to move it too much because I feel like it'll break, and I don't know which. I should have read the manual. Maybe it tells you there which pieces are intended to be moved. But he looks good. I would have loved like a beam effect part, since these things are supposed to fire projectiles out. But we weren't that lucky this time. Maybe someone else will give us a beam. And also she comes with a stand, to my surprise, and that stick there so you can attach the pod to, and then you can stick it onto the stand and they can both do a little pose. So she'll look cool on the shelf. I'm surprised she came with a stand when I was opening it though. Stand? How come Chun-Li didn't get a stand? Usually these things don't come with stands and you gotta buy your own. So with that stand, you can put her in these slightly more unconventional poses that she wouldn't be able to stand in had she not come with a stand. But anyways, let's look at her articulation and range of movement real quick. Okay, so I would say her posability is average. She does only have single jointed elbows and knees. But I think the amount of movement you're able to get is somewhat impressive because of the design of the character. She's got like these poofy shoulders and these feather things on her elbows. Very sharp, by the way. You're gonna want to be careful with those things. You don't want to draw blood. You've got some decent movement around her head area. Her legs have these drop down hips, and it lets her kick pretty high, and the skirt doesn't get in the way since it's made of the like the rubber plastic or whatever. She's got a thigh swivel, and her feet, they can move up and down and have a decent pivot. Oh, and you can also bend her waist and torso back and forward a little bit. Not too much, but it's there. One cool thing that's worth mentioning though is that you can actually rip off like her torso and remove that floating skirt piece if you want her to be like in the video games, how she can remove the skirt piece. But I don't think they want you to do this because then you're left with this ugly gap in her waist. I think it's a shame that they didn't make this like a thing that she can just do, because it's such a big part in the games, and in every guest appearance she makes, you can also remove the skirt. So I don't know why they didn't make it look better here. So if you want to display her like this, you're gonna have to find a way to deal with that gap if it bothers you too much seeing it there. I do think that she's more fun to handle when she doesn't have that skirt piece though, for some reason. So that's 2B, a character that has done a very good job staying relevant like 7, 8 years after her game has come out. And that is thanks to her many, many crossover appearances in other media. There's a lot of them. This isn't even half of them. But this SH Figuarts is not too bad. It has just about everything you would want from a 2B action figure. She's got the sword, the pod, a stand, and alright articulation. It's not the best, but for, let's say, $80, I'd probably give this a 3 out of 5. If that removable skirt piece had been a feature, then I probably would have given her a 4 out of 5, but since she has that ugly gap there, I'm going to have to give it a 3. But for right now, this is the cheapest 2B figure that you can buy that isn't a statue, because you got that Buzz Mod one, that one's like 120, and the Play Arts Kai's definitely over 150, so if you're cheap and you want this one, it's pretty good. It's not bad. But if you can wait, then Good Smile announced a 2B Figma. So if we're lucky, that one will have the removable skirt piece without the gap, and then I would say that one is probably the better between SH Figuarts and Figma. Maybe. They'll probably be around the same price, but the SH Figuarts didn't come with that big sword that she has. It only came with the katana. So if that one has the big sword and the skirt thing, then definitely wait for that one. But until then, I don't know. Go for this one if you want it.